Right guys, I've moved the camera around so you get to see a slightly different part of my very messy teaching room. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, video today. Once, Liam Gallagher, you probably worked that out by the title. So it's predominantly just from the actual version, but a little bit of the MTV Unplugged version I found on the YouTubes with Jay Miller playing it, which I'll try and link in the description below if I remember. Super cool version. If any of you have watched any of my Liam Gallagher videos, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Jay Miller, so that's why I've kind of copied him a little bit on some of the bits, but predominantly it's bar chord heavy. Okay, just to warn you guys, if you can't play bar chords yet, this is not the song for you. If you can play bar chords, this is simple. I do it capo 2. You don't necessarily need to do it capo 2. You could do it all with bar chords, but it saves on 2 of the chords. There's an F sharp, which with a capo 2 you can play as an E shape, and there's a B, which with capo 2 you can play as an A shape. So it saves your hand a little bit, I guess. So that's what I've done. That's because that's the way Jay does it on the MTV Unplugged version. So capo 2, like the J version. As usual, I'll break it down. Intro verse first, then it's going to be chorus, then bridge, then the once bit. I'll play them first and I'll go through them. So the next thing you hear will be me playing through that intro verse section. So let's just crack on, shall we? Got a couple of rhythms going on here. I've tried to keep it relatively simple and just thrown in 2. Actually in the original song there's really kind of 3-ish, and with Jay he's doing predominantly the second rhythm rather than the first rhythm. But anyway, that's a lot of spiel for the start of this bit, but let's crack on. On the live version he plays capo 2. You don't need to play capo 2, you can do it all with bar chords, but he does, so I'm going to as well. We start with an E shape, which is actually an F sharp major chord. So whichever way you prefer it, but with capo 2, an E shape gives you an F sharp major, or just an F sharp. Now, basically you're just doing down strums forever, until the singer's ready to go. So in the original it's basically 8, you've got 4 as an intro, literally the whole intro is just... and then the verse continues. I think in the live version it's a couple more because he just comes in a little bit later, but really, because it doesn't matter. But anyway, so there's the 4 as an intro, and then 4 more actually in the song. Then we're going to go to E flat minor. So in reality, I'm barring the 6th fret A string downwards with an A minor shape. So that would be 6, 8, 8, 7, 6. But with the capo one, technically it's not that. But that's what I'll just call it that to keep things simple. Then we're just going to move up a string, and now we're going to do another minor, so it's a B flat minor. We're going to bar the 6th fret all the way, 8th fret on the A and the D. And then we're going to then move back 2 frets and play a G sharp minor, which is basically 4th fret bar, same shape, 6th fret on the A and the D. Rather than 6 and 8, it's 4 and 6, can't talk today. This is when we're going to do our slightly different rhythm, which is down, down, up, down, down. Okay, now that is the rhythm that Jay does predominantly through the song. Not on that first F sharp chord, but predominantly through, not through the whole song, but through the verse. But in the original, it only does it on the 4th chord there, okay? So now we're back to an F sharp, okay? So basically, you can do it as a bar chord, as I say, or if not, it's an E shape with capo 2. 4 more down strums. Then this E flat minor, we're going to do that second rhythm. And the same on the B flat minor. Now I'm going to do the same rhythm on the G sharp minor. The actual original track has a slightly different rhythm I'm not going to bother going through, but that I'm just going to do the same one. And that's the verse. We do 2 verses in the song. They are basically the same. I'll just quickly show you how I would do it without the capo on. So it'd be just this chord. It's just bar everything on 2nd fret, and then it's going to be 4th fret A, 4th fret D, and then 3rd fret on the G. etc, etc. But I'm going to do it capo too, just because that's what Jay does live, and I'm a huge fan. Okay, so that's the pre-chorusy bits. Okay, more confusion over chords. It's actually a B chord is what I'm doing. So with the capo one, it's an A shape. Without the capo one, it's a B chord. I'm going to do 4 down strums. You can do rhythm too here. Absolutely fine. It fits. I'm just keeping 4 down strums to keep things easy. To the E shape or the F sharp major chord, 2 down strums. And then to the B, no, C sharp for 2 of those, okay? There you go, my brain can't cope, it's trying to call it a B. It's a C sharp. So in reality it's 4th fret, bar, A string downwards, so 4, 6, 6, 6, 4. Okay, just looks a bit different with the capo on, just blowing my own mind. Anyway, I should just not use the capo. So basically 3 times through that. So let me just give you a little slow run through of that. So 1, 2, slower ball. E shape, and then R for the C sharp, and then back again. And then you get to do it a 3rd time. And then you're going to go to A. Now, I've been doing this as a power chord rather than a... You could definitely do it as a minor chord, but I like to do it as a power chord. I just think it sounds more oomphy. So it's a G sharp power chord, which is 4, 6, 6. So 4 in the E, 6 on the A and the D. 1 strum. Then I'm going to move up 2 frets to that B flat. Is it B flat? It probably should be an A sharp, shouldn't it? Because we're in F sharp. My apologies for that. Or it could be in G flat. Who knows? Whichever one you want to call it. It's 6th fret and 8th fret. 6, 6, 8, 8. One of those. And then you're to the B chord, which is an A shape with the capo on. So you end up with this. And then we're going to do those 4 strums of F sharp again, which lead us back then into the... It's basically like we do the intro again, and then we just go into and do the verse again, and then we go in and do the pre-chorusy bit again. Yeah, so that's a huge chunk of the song already done. We basically go verse, to the chorusy bit, to the versey bit, to the chorusy bit. Then we got a bridgey bit, and then we got a oncey bit, and then we got a bit more chorusy bits. So the next bit is the bridgey bit. I'll try. Okay, so exhaustive research, it's about 2 minutes 6 seconds where this bit comes in. Very similar to some stuff we've done before. We're going to do this F sharp chord. So we come out of the chorusy bit again into just an F sharp chord as we do the first time with 4 down strums. Exactly the same, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go up to an E flat minor, or is it a D sharp? D sharp minor. I'm mixing up my sharps and flats. I'm just a crazy person. 4 of them. Back to that E shape, F sharp chord. Just about stopped myself. 4. E flat D sharp minor. 2. C sharp D flat. 2. And then it's the F sharp again for 1 hit. Okay, hopefully I haven't made it too confusing by changing the names of all the chords. Hopefully, if nothing else, you can see what I'm playing. Let me play that bit through nice and slowly for you. 2, 3. Okay, so the next bit in the song is the once bit. So there's a couple of different ways you could play this. You could You could skip it out if you're doing it on your own acoustically, which would be a fair option. Obviously his version was to have, when he did it live, like a huge string orchestra bandy thing going on, so you could do that as well, probably less likely. So I'm going to give you a third option, is a way to kind of play the chords. Effectively it's an E, not an E, an F sharp and a D sharp, or an E flat. I think I'm just confusing myself now. So it's this E shape with a capo 2, and it's going to be this 6th fret bar. Oh my god, I'm just blowing my mind. Let me just play it. Okay, so straight from the bridge to the once bit. So that's what I'm basically doing. I'm hitting, at the end of the bridge bit, I'm hitting that F sharp, and it's basically 2 bars. 3, 4, 3, 4, and I'm going to that E flat minor chord, which is what I've been calling. I'm just going to stick with that now, and I'm basically going to give it a little hit with some triplets, and then flick back to that F sharp. Okay, so first one I let it ring, and then I'm going to do a little hits, and then it's all just triplets from there. So I'm alternate picking this. So I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and I'm trying to emphasise the first note of each triplet. So triplet, 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 triplet. Okay, so I think that sounds quite cool. It works quite well. Oh, there's a grumpy baby in the other room. He does not like triplets. Slight palm mute going on as well. Definitely viable if that's what you like, or don't. You know, do what you want really. I'm doing a very, very slight palm mute, I think. Just to slightly tighten the sound on an acoustic, but you don't necessarily, it still works. Still works pretty well. So how many am I doing? So that many. So basically the first triplet I'm letting the chord ring for, and then I'm bashing through it. I can't count, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Yep, that makes sense. Should be 7, so that's quite nice that that's worked out. So as I say, the first triplet I'm missing, so it's 8 beats over the 2 bars, and each one's a triplet. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just strumming that first beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So sorry, do it right with the strum. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's basically what I'm doing there for the oncey bit. Does that make sense? Hopefully. I feel like I've just been confusing people this whole video. After the oncey bit, it's the chorusy bit. The chorusy bit's just the same. Yeah, it's just the same. I don't think he even does a repeat, does he? No, I don't think so. So I'll play that through once more for you, because why not? It's a cool bit. And then that's the end of the song. I'll just show you the ending as well. So I'll go through the final chorusy bit and then that final ending. So this comes in at about just before the 3 minutes mark, like 2:56, 2:57, that kind of time. So let me play through that for you. Okay, so you can probably work out if you watch the intro that I haven't actually moved the camera, because I have actually already recorded the video and I'm doing the outro after recording the video, which is unusual. And I did the intro after recording the video, which is also unusual for me because I usually do them both first, which is weird, isn't it? But anyway, I digress. Hopefully the video makes sense. I apologise that... Hopefully I was clear on what I meant for it, but I apologise if I wasn't clear enough in terms of what the chords were and where I was playing them, because I had the capo second fret. Basically, it's one of my kind of things that I do when I'm teaching, is I will usually call the fret, particularly when you're moving up away from the capo, the actual fret number rather than what it would be with the capo on. So for example, we're playing that D sharp minor or E flat minor, which is a 6th fret bar. Now technically that would be 4th fret because we got the capo on too, but I always call it 6th fret because I found that my students find that easier. So hopefully you guys have found it easier. Some of you probably won't. Some of you will be like, what's he talking about? But that's the reason I do it, okay? It's just because of experience of teaching. I find that people prefer it if you do it like that. They find that easier to navigate their way up the fretboard. And I have to admit I do too. So for example, if I'm playing something capo 2 and I have to play something on like the 10th fret, I would rather that be called 10 rather than 8. It just makes my life easier, and that's how I write tab if I'm tabbing it out. Okay, so that's the spiel done. Oh, there's a real ray of light coming down. My apologies for the terrible positioning of this video. But yeah, so that's why I've done that. Hopefully the video makes sense to you guys. If you've made it this far, I'm sure it does. I suspect people who don't enjoy videos and write mean comments don't get all the way to the end of the video. I'm just a hunch. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I do really appreciate it. There's going to be way more Liam Gallagher songs to come because I quite like his stuff at the moment. I'm enjoying learning it and playing it. I'll do the usual bit at the end where you say, you know, to be honest, it does really help if you like the video. If you comment on the video, it really, really helps. And if you subscribe to the channel, it really, really, really helps. All of those things help super. And they all help me kind of run the channel. So I really appreciate you guys if you do that. I think that's all I need to say, really. I'm feeling a bit tired and hungry, so I've also got a slightly cold cup of tea I need to drink. So I'm gonna leave you guys to it, and I'm gonna say thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon for some more cool guitar stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.